Hey, what's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit. This might apply better to the youth, and heck, it might even help some of the older generation. And it's a question that I get a lot, and I hear from a lot of different people. How do I get into making a move that's gonna be successful? That's a question that's gonna be asked for ages. And the reason that question gonna be asked is because in everybody's mind, they have this picture of what success is. Well, how I view success and how you view success are two different things. Some people view success as having a lot of money, big house, nice car. That's the first thing that comes to the average person's mind when you talk about being successful. When the truth about success is actually being able to maintain a certain status and it not being buckled or crippled by anything outside of the norm. So I can remember when I first started doing electrical work, because that's what I do. I'm an electrician by trade. I'm a hustler by trade, but I'm an electrician by trade. And I can remember when I first started, man, I had a flathead screwdriver. And I felt like the flathead screwdriver, me being from the hood, everything that I ever tried to twerk on or tweak on was always dealing with a flathead. But once I got into the real true nature of tools being used, that's when I learned that flathead ain't gonna get it. You're gonna need all types of tools to be a better electrician. I ended up having to buy a meter. I ended up having to buy a tool bag. I ended up having to buy a Phillips screwdriver set. I had to buy a flathead set. I had to buy wrenches. I had to buy channel locks. Everything, because they had so many different applications that just my knowledge of electrical wasn't gonna get it. Like, I had to learn how to use other tools. So the thing is, when you talk about success, there's so many different ways that you can be successful, and it's all about what you see as yourself being successful. Some people, if I have 2 kids, a wife, I got me a nice paying job, or even if I got a not so big time paying job, but me and my wife or me and my girlfriend hold our family down and we do a good job at it every day. I come home to my babies, that's all I need. That's successful to you. Some people that just ain't enough. And that's all right, because the thing about success is it's never measured according to the next man's standards. You see, success is always measured according to your own standards, according to what you see yourself doing. But it's a master-minded plan that has to be obtained. And what you have to do is you have to come up with this one important word. You got to come up with a game plan. And in that game plan, you can't deviate away from it, not for 1 minute, not for 1 second. Because if you deviate away from the game plan wants to take its course. As long as everything that's being applied to it is being applied to it the way it should be, then the game plan gonna end up being successful. You can start off a business. You already predicted, hey, I'm going to lose this amount of money for the first 2 months, but by the 3rd month, I should be bringing home profit of $1,000 a week, or I should be bringing home profit of $2,000 a week, or whatever your success number is. But if you're not getting to the point, if you're not getting to that plateau that you want to climb to, then there's something in your game plan that you ain't executing the way you should be. You got to have a time frame. Like, okay, I wake up every morning, let's just say like I'm an electrician. You know one thing, every morning you got to get up and go get it. Like, you don't really have a lot of time to relax because there's so much competition out there now. See, the thing about today's age is everybody is in competition with everybody else. So you almost can't find no help no more because everybody want top dollar. See, not very long ago it was easy to get into a lawnmower business. And you hire 6 cats who just want money for the day. They don't care nothing about all this other foolishness. Well, now everybody wants that level of success, and it's sad, but the majority of people now, they want big money without putting in the work to get it. So, you might have this lawn business that you took 6 years to grow. You seeing good profit, and now you want to bring that little cat in, and he want to make just as much money as you making. Like, whoa, little daddy, it don't work like that. So he get mad and quit. He going on by his business. Well, that kind of messed up his world. It didn't really mess up your world, but you had a game plan for what you was going to grow, and you had a game plan to help him grow. but it kind of messed up everything because he being greedy. And that's how that's how I be a lot of time. But the thing is, even though he might have quit on you, that don't mean that the business gonna flop just because one person bailed out. So in your game plan, well, I pretty much figured that he was gonna quit. So I had another little cat lined up behind him. And that's how this whole success thing works in America. Like, this whole thing is based off you making sure that you got your game plan so solid that no matter who jump off your boat, the boat still gonna go to where it's got to go. It's still gonna float to where it's got to float, because even though he stopped paddling, he wasn't really putting in enough work to help me get to the other side of the river no way. So I got to keep paddling until I get there. You know, even if this fool stop paddling, once I get to the other side, then I can kick him out the boat and put somebody else in who gonna help me paddle and get back on the other side when I gotta get back over there. So you see how fast in business you could rise if you stick to your game plan, or you could fall if you let somebody else dictate which way your game plan gonna go. Don't never let nobody else dictate which way your game gonna go, which way your plan gonna go. Always formulate your game plan and always put it in your heart and in your mind. You know who you are, you know where you wanna be, you know what you gotta sacrifice to get there, and you don't let nothing get in the way of it. But at the same time, this is something you're gonna always hear me say, don't never sacrifice your family for no amount of no money, because it ain't worth it. Because in the long run, it's gonna be your family. And when I say your family is anything to me that supports you and backs you up. Vice versa, you do the same thing for them. That's family. It ain't got to be blood. You know, it ain't got to be your brother that your mama had. It could be some cat you met in the street that he went through a struggle too, and now y'all are linked up together. It could be you and a chick. Y'all making music together, or whatever it might be. But the thing is, both y'all understand the struggle. Both y'all don't sacrifice each other because y'all family. But you make sure that you sacrifice all foolishness. You don't need to have no 1,000 friends on Facebook. You know, you don't need to have no fancy shoes made by some stupid fool who, ain't really even got no name out here for nobody no way. You know, all this. I ain't never get into all that old material stuff, because at the end of the day, to me, that's just money wasted if you ain't really got the money to spend on it without upsetting your game plan. See, a lot of y'all get your little tax money, or you get a little lump sum of money or something. You just got to go out there and do the most stupidest things, because you don't know nothing about assets versus liability. So you see, once you learn that in life, when you learn that, man, my assets are more valuable than my liabilities. Well, what is assets, DJ? What you talking about? Assets are things that make money over time. You buy a house, the equity bills, your house is more valuable 10 years from now than it was 10 years ago. That's just common sense, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that, even a vehicle is an asset, because that vehicle can make you money. Tools are assets because them tools can make you money. You know, your mind is an asset because that mind can make you money. But there's also a flip side of the game called liabilities, where liabilities cost you money, and they have no value at the end of the day. Yeah, you may come into a little money, you go out and buy 6 big screen TVs, here you go, rag around the world like, yeah, man, I just went out and bought me 4 55-inch screens. Yeah, but man, I thought your rent was due. Why you ain't pay your rent up for the year? That way you could have laid down and saved money and got them TVs into your room and not even have to stress about your rent being due. I thought your kids was hungry. I thought your baby needed diapers. I thought you and your old lady was supposed to, I thought y'all had planned a little something to do. And you can't make foolish moves and base your life off liabilities, because people love to see you with liabilities, but at the end of the day, they don't care nothing about you and your well-being. And they're going to flock to you as friends when they see you got a lot of liability. You got a car with some rims on it. You got fancy clothes on. You at the boat spending money, dollar after dollar that you ain't got. All that liability, and a lot of that stuff, it ain't even worth having under your belt. You got to remember, in this world, it's easy to be successful, but it's just as easy to be a failure. And I don't mean to sound negative when I say a failure, and I don't want nobody to look down on what they feel like they done accomplished. That's a good accomplishment. If you working at Walmart, McDonald's, you pay your bills, you maintain your home, you take care of your children, you take care of your woman, your family like you're supposed to take care of, and you and your woman, y'all ain't no managers, y'all ain't owning no businesses, y'all ain't doing all that. If y'all maintaining that, then y'all doing a good job. Y'all are successful in your own mind, in your own way, and that's all that matters. So, to make a long story short, to be successful, you have to execute a game plan that you yourself know is worth executing at the end of the day. And not only do you benefit from it, your family benefit from it, you know, people you love benefit from it, people who you don't even know might benefit from it. Because it's all about that love and that unity for people, you know, for family. Like, you're going to hear me say the word family a lot, because that's something that I never really had a family that was close-knit, that stuck together, and like we grew business and we did business together. You know, coming from where I'm from, like a lot of people, and just like a lot of y'all in all your other areas, if y'all tuning in on this, y'all, a lot of y'all go through the same thing. You know, you just wish that your family would be behind you more than the strangers in the street. But that's okay, because you got to remember that people don't never dictate your success. You dictate your own success. So it don't matter what nobody done told you about yourself in the past. Oh, you an ex-prostitute, or you an ex-stripper, or you an ex-drug dealer. Man, you just got out of jail. Or, man, you work at McDonald's. How you going to ever come up like that, man? Man, stick to your game plan. You dictate your success. Cherish your family. Cherish your children. Cherish your woman. Cherish everything about this life that's an asset to you, and that you know you're not willing to sacrifice for nothing, you know, because money is not worth sacrificing nothing for as far as family, because that money can come and go, but your family gonna be, your real family gonna be right there with you, whether you got it or whether you don't, you know. And I advise y'all, a lot of y'all who coming into these lump sums of money, you know, you got family passing away, you got taxes, you got all kind of money that y'all come, you know, you might have got a little lawsuit from a wreck or anything. I advise you to take that money and learn about investments. Learn about diversifying your portfolio. Learn about doing things that make you a valuable commodity to your family, so that one day when you no longer able to do what you do, you could pass the torch down to your sons and your daughters, and they can take care of you in your elder years, because you done gave them a game of success. You done gave them the knowledge of how to provide and how to be true to who they are, you know, and not get caught up in this corporate greed. I call it foolish greed, where they you know, where they completely reroute your thought process. Because see, you could wreck your game plan. Your mind could be a liability, or your mind could be an asset. So you want to use your mind to make money, for the simple fact that you wanted to take care of your family, not for the love of money, because that's when you'll start to go down. When you start to love to see money coming in, and you're not putting it toward nothing that's going to benefit your kids or nothing like that, you don't have them a trust fund. You don't have them no kind of savings or nothing like that. That's all stuff that you got to consider. I'm proud of all y'all who making moves, doing good with your life. It took me like 43 years to get to the point where I understood how to be successful. And I'm 43 years old, you know, and it took a while for me to get there. But now that I'm there, I'm going to make sure that I share with everybody, you know, the platform of how I did things. And that's what I did. I formulated me a game plan. I stuck to it no matter what nobody said about me. I stuck to it. I grinded. I'm talking about I was in here with no lights sometimes, no water, no, you know, all kind of stuff. You know, wife left me, you know, dog me out, people talking about me, people don't want to help me, won't even give me a ride to work. You know, it didn't matter. I never gave up. So y'all remember that. Your success is never dictated by what some other man thinks. You formulate your game plan, you stick to what you're doing, and you do what you do. And it's DJ, I'm signing out. Proud of y'all.